with BMW's announcement that it will be producing a small displacement, single-cylinder motorcycle, the G310R, aimed at newer riders and available come the latter stages of 2016. The German marque has signaled to everyone that it's aiming at world domination. And if you're familiar with South Park or internet memes, I'm imagining the plan goes a little something like this. Step 1. Lure new riders with the G310R. Step 2. After a while, move them up to the G650, F700, or F800 models. Step 3. Move them up again to their 9th, R1200 or S1000 line. Step 4. Finish them off with the K1600 series. Step 5. Step 6. Profit. Okay, so that was clearly an attempt at humor. On paper anyway, BMW seems to have a formidable small displacement motorcycle on its hands with the G310R. The problem it faces is a stacked field of competitors from Austria and Japan in the form of the KTM 390 Duke, Suzuki GW250Z, a pair of Hondas, the CB300F and CB500F, and the not yet announced for America but probably will be soon Kawasaki Z300 and Yamaha Mount 03, likely to be called the FZ03 when it comes here. The irony here, of course, is that none of these machines are manufactured in their OEM's home country, as global economics dictate these motorcycles be produced in up-and-coming markets: India, Thailand, China, and Indonesia in this case. So, with the small displacement, entry-level category heating up, let's take a look at all 7 of these models to see how the BMW stacks up. Here we've gathered the relevant specs to draw some conclusions. Pricing has yet to be announced for the BMW, and the Kawasaki and Yamaha had yet to even be announced for America, but save for the CB500F, the sweet spot in this market is between $4,000 $5,000. Expect the G310R to slot in near the KTM at $4,999. Engine: the S1000R-inspired G310R single quote S313cc single, features 2 camshafts and 4 valves, but its distinctive feature is its slightly rearward canted cylinder and reverse mounted cylinder head, placing the air intake towards the front of the motorcycle while the exhaust exits from the rear of the cylinder head, giving the header a more direct route towards the silencer. BMW claims 34 peak horsepower at 9,500 RPM and 21 pounds-feet. That's 7,500 RPM. When compared to the G310R single quote S closest likely rival, the KTM 390 Duke, the BMW falls slightly behind due to 60cc less displacement. Using the power numbers we obtained with the 390 Duke's closed sibling, the RC390, we get 39.7 horses at 8,900 RPM and 24.6 pounds-feet. That's 7,000 RPM. That acclaimed wild weight of 345 pounds, the Duke also has a 4 pounds weight advantage over the G3. That said, the 2 European brands had a leg up on the other 5 bikes here. Assuming power outputs for the Z300 and Mount 03 are similar to their fully faired counterparts, the Ninja 300, 34.6 HP, 17.6 pounds-feet, and YZF-R3, 35.3 HP, 18.9 pounds-feet. Respectively, the 2 Japanese twin cylinders lack the torque of the BMW and KTM singles and carry a nearly 30 pounds weight penalty, both bikes claimed at 370 pounds. For comparison, the Ninja 300 tipped the most scales at 381 pounds, the R3 at 370 pounds. 30 pounds is a big burden to carry, especially when you're asking less than 40 horses to do it. And surprisingly, the CB500F Honda, with the largest displacement of the group, produces more power and torque, 43.0 HP, 29.1 pounds-feet, than the rest, but not by much. It's also the heaviest model here at 418 pounds. The 286cc CB300F single puts up a respectable 26.2 HP and 17.4 pounds-feet, and weighs in at 351 pounds, while the Suzuki brings up the rear with 19.2 HP, 13.7 pounds-feet. And a 407 pounds herd weight. At 248 cc, the Suzuki has the smallest displacement here and is also the only one with single overhead cam. It should also be noted that the Suzuki is listed as a 2015 model and is not listed under Suzuki's 2016 lineup. Suspension/brakes. As budget-minded motorcycles intended for new or newish riders, none of the 7 models come with sophisticated suspension, though the BMW and KTM again stand out from the crowd with inverted forks. Both add a certain element of sophistication and class to their respective models despite the overall low price point. Only the CB500F offers fork spring preload adjustability. Rear suspension is similarly basic, each offering a single shock-only adjustable fork spring preload. That said, in our time with the Duke, CB300/500, Ninja 300, and R3, all are capable of ripping up a canyon road at a rather respectable pace while still providing a decent ride everywhere else. There's no reason not to expect similar handling from the BMW. With its 25.1 rake and 4.0 inches of trail, the G310R single-S geometry is similar to the rest. The KTM, again, has a slightly sharper rake, 25.0, but so does the Mount 03. The Suzuki and Kawasaki had the lossiest rake angles, 26.0, but the Z300 has the least amount of trail, 3.2 inches compared to the Ninja 300 single-S 27 rake and 3.7-inch trail numbers. That's a rather steep difference. The BMW has the second shortest wheelbase at 54.1 inches, bested only by the Duke's 53.8 inches, so it should be poised to keep pace with the pack-leading KTM come the tight stuff. All 7 bikes ride on 17-inch wheels, and all but the CB500 use 110mm wide front tires. The KTM and BMW use slightly fatter rear tires, 150 versus 140, than the Japanese roadsters, save for the CB500 single-S 160. Like the rest of the BMW model range, the G310R will come standard with ABS, a major plus in our opinion. The KTM has such a feature as standard equipment, as do the Z300 and Mount 03. All 7 models rely on a single disc at either end, with the BMW's front measuring 300mm. It's clamped by a radial mount 4-piston caliper with gold anodizing. Steel braided lines are also standard. Those are trick features for any bike, matched only by the KTM in this crowd, though the Austrian skips the gold anodization. The Japanese models feature single front discs ranging in size from 290mm to 320mm and are all clamped by twin piston calipers. In our experience, we've been disappointed with the KTM's braking, favoring the braking power of the Japanese models instead. Our suspicion is a simple brake pad swap is all that's needed to bring the KTM in line with the others. On paper anyway, the BMW should be among the best in this group when it comes to shedding speed. Other odds and ends when talking about bikes aimed at newer riders. Seat height is an important topic. At 30.9 inches, the G310R is within 0.2 inch of all the others except the 390 Duke and its 31.5-inch saddle. Should that be too high or too low? BMW has also made available accessory seats that either lower the seat height to 29.9 inches for shorties, or 32.0 inches for taller folk. Fully digital LCD gauge clusters provide the BMW, KTM and Honda riders with information, while the Suzuki, Kawasaki and Yamaha all feature an analog rev counter. Gear position indicators on the BMW, KTM, Suzuki, and Yamaha get bonus points, especially for the price category these bikes reside in. In the end, there's no reason to believe the BMW G310R won't have what it takes to claim the crown among the small displacement naked bike field. Just look what it did in the leader class sport bike category. It observed the field and made an astounding and arguably better product at a competitive price. BMW appears to be following the same formula at the other end of the spectrum, with the competition equally as fierce at this end of the field. Of course, Comparing specs on paper can only tell you so much. We're looking forward to testing the BMW G310R against its rivals. Here's hoping the Kawasaki Z300 and Yamaha Mount 03 are able to join the party. Hover over the image below to see the complete spec chart for each bike.